Most people in America are working harder than ever. They wake up at 6 a.m. They commute for an hour. They sit through 8 hours of meetings, emails, and deadlines. They come home exhausted. They order food, scroll their phone, and go to bed. And then they repeat it for 30 years. And at the end of it all, most of them have almost nothing saved. Not because they didn't work hard enough, not because they didn't earn enough money, but because of one very specific habit they never built. A habit that takes about 20 minutes a month, that requires no special skill, that doesn't depend on the economy, the stock market, or your boss. And in this video, I want to show you exactly what it is, and more importantly, why almost no one actually does it. Let me tell you about someone. I'll call him Marcus. Marcus is 32 years old. He lives in a mid-sized city, maybe Dallas, maybe Columbus, maybe Charlotte. He earns $72,000 a year. That's actually above the US median income. He's doing okay by most measures. Here's what his month looks like. Take-home pay after taxes, about $4,800 a month. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment, $1,450. Car payment, $430. Car insurance, $180. Groceries and food delivery, about $520. Phones, streaming services, and subscriptions, $210. Student loan, $340. Gas and utilities, $220. That leaves Marcus with roughly $450 a month. And most months, something comes up. A tire blows, a friend's wedding, a new phone because the old one broke, and that $450 disappears. By the time Marcus is 40, he has about $11,000 saved. That's it. 8 years of full-time work, $11,000. Now here's the important thing. Marcus is not irresponsible. He's not buying luxury watches. He's not gambling. He's just living like most people live. The system around him was designed to absorb every dollar he makes, and it does its job perfectly. Here's what nobody tells you in school. Every dollar you earn travels a very specific path. It comes in as income, and then immediately, before you even touch it, it starts moving toward obligations. Rent, car payments, insurance, subscriptions, credit card minimums, loan payments. Economists call these fixed costs, and for the average American household, fixed costs now consume somewhere between 60 and 75% of take-home income. That means the average person only has about 25 to 40 cents of every dollar they earn to actually make decisions with. And most of that remaining money goes toward variable spending: groceries, gas, eating out, entertainment, clothing. Things that feel necessary in the moment. What's left for building wealth? For most people, almost nothing. Sometimes literally zero. This isn't a moral failure. It's a design. The economy we live in is very good at one thing: converting your labor into consumption. Your work becomes someone else's revenue. Your paycheck becomes rent for a landlord, profit for a car company, fees for a bank. The machine runs on your time, and it's designed so that you're always just productive enough to keep going, but never quite ahead enough to stop. Now, let's talk about what happens when someone builds one simple habit. The habit is this: every single month, before you pay anything else, before rent, before groceries, before the car payment, you move a fixed amount of money into a separate investment account. Not a savings account, an investment account. That's it. That is the entire habit. Let's run the math for Marcus. If Marcus, starting at age 32, invests $400 a month into a low-cost index fund that tracks the S&P 500 and earns an average annual return of about 8%, here's what happens. After 10 years, about $73,000. After 20 years, around $235,000. After 30 years, roughly $600,000. After 35 years, more than $950,000. $400 a month. That's the cost of one dinner out per week, or 2 streaming services and a gym membership, or half a car payment. But notice something important. The first 10 years built $73,000. The last 10 years built more than $350,000. That's the compound effect. The longer the money sits, the faster it grows. Here's the uncomfortable part. Most people know this. The math isn't secret. Compound interest has been taught in personal finance classes for decades, and yet, according to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, the median retirement account balance for Americans between 55 and 64 is only about $185,000. Not per person, that's the median. Half of near retirees have less than that. The knowledge exists, the habit doesn't. So, why? Why do almost no people actually do this? The honest answer isn't laziness, it's something much more deeply human. Our brains are not wired for 30-year timelines. They're wired for right now. Psychologists call this hyperbolic discounting, the idea that we dramatically overvalue the present moment compared to the future. A reward today feels much more real than a reward 30 years from now, even if the future reward is 10 times larger. And the financial system understands this perfectly. The car dealership doesn't show you the total cost of the loan. They show you the monthly payment. $430 a month feels manageable. $25,000 in total payments with interest feels frightening. Apartment listings don't remind you that paying $1,450 a month for 10 years means you've spent $174,000 in rent and own 0% of where you live. Credit cards don't remind you that the minimum payment barely covers the interest. Everything is designed to make the present feel affordable and the future feel abstract. There's also social pressure. Marcus's coworkers drive new cars. His friends post vacation photos. His sister just bought a house. The cultural message is constant and loud. Spend now. Spend visibly. Spend to belong. Saving money quietly, automatically, without anyone seeing it, earns you zero social status. In the short term, it can actually make you feel like you're falling behind. That psychological weight is real, and it's one of the biggest reasons most people never start. Let's be honest about what happens if this habit never develops. In the United States, Social Security pays an average benefit of around $1,900 per month. That's below the cost of living for a couple in many major cities. Medicare covers basic health care, but not everything. Dental care, vision, hearing aids, long-term care. A single nursing home stay can cost over $100,000 per year. If someone reaches age 65 with no savings and no other income, they become dependent on government programs, on family, or on continuing to work far longer than their body wants. And here's what makes this difficult. The years when saving would have mattered the most, your 20s, 30s, and early 40s, are often the years that life demands the most money. Kids, mortgages, aging parents, medical bills. The window doesn't stay open forever. Every year you wait costs more than just the money you didn't invest. It costs the growth that money would have produced. Starting at 25 with $400 a month might grow to around $1.4 million by 65. Starting at 35, about $600,000. Starting at 45, about $235,000. That 10-year delay from 25 to 35 can cost nearly $800,000 in final wealth. Not because anything bad happened, just because time passed. So, here's something interesting about people who build wealth slowly over time. It's usually not because they earn dramatically more, and it's usually not because they pick brilliant investments. Most of them invest in extremely boring things: index funds, target date retirement funds, basic retirement accounts. What makes the difference is one structural decision they made early. They decided their future self gets paid first, not after rent, not after the car payment, first. They automated a transfer, often 10 to 15% of their income, into an investment account before it ever became part of their lifestyle.
The money disappeared before their brain could argue with the decision. They didn't rely on discipline, they removed the decision entirely. Over time, they simply adjusted to living on what remained. Just like Marcus already lives on what remains after taxes, rent, and bills. Lifestyle bends. It always does. The difference between people who build wealth slowly over time usually isn't intelligence. It's not luck. It's that one group built a system that made the right behavior automatic. The other group left it to willpower, and willpower eventually runs out. Systems don't. So, here's the final thought. 30 years from now, you are going to be somewhere. Time will pass either way. The only real question is whether the version of you in that future moment has options. Money doesn't guarantee happiness.
It doesn't mean you stop working or live extravagantly. What it does give you is choice. You can stay in a job you enjoy or leave one you don't. You can help your children, support your parents, take care of yourself. Financial security doesn't buy status. It buys freedom of decision. And the habit that creates it is surprisingly simple. Automatically invest a portion of your income before it ever becomes part of your lifestyle. It's not easy. Life will push back. But the idea itself fits in one sentence. And the people who truly understand it usually start as soon as they can. Not when it feels comfortable, not when the timing is perfect, because the timing is never perfect. But compound growth doesn't care about perfect timing. It only cares about time. Thanks for listening.